This is the GoPro Hero 7 Black. The question is this the best GoPro that was ever made?
Well, working 3 jobs, living out of a car. Mama never told me life would get this hard. Running around the world playing my guitar. Baby, you can love me, you can leave me, I'm a honky-tonk star.
So the Hero 7 was the last GoPro that I ever bought. It's always served me well in whatever situation I put it in. So it's always worked well. The pictures always look good, so I just never really found a need to upgrade. The 7 to 8 wasn't that big of an upgrade, and then the 9, it seemed like people had a lot of troubles with the 9. But now the 10 came out, so I went ahead and picked up the 10. And one of the reasons I picked up the 10 is because some of the upgrades between the 9 and 10 seem to be pretty significant. And I wanted to give it a shot, but I guarantee you, if this camera gives me one better problem, I'm taking it back to Best Buy because it's an expensive little camera. So let's go ahead and throw both of the GoPro, the Hero 7 and the Hero 10 up and start doing some testing on the 2 cameras. Okay, so right off the bat here, we're going to start off with a little bit of audio test. We're going to test the audio from the GoPro Hero 7 Black and the GoPro Hero 10 Black. And I'll switch in between the two during this shot. We're also shooting in 4K 60 in the GoPro Hero 7 and 5.3K 60 in the Hero 10. So we're just going to go ahead and shoot the best that it has to offer. Here recently, I've been kind of deferring all my action kind of camera shots to Insta360, and I use the Go 2 and the X2. Both of those cameras have worked out really well for me, but the GoPro does offer some advantages over those 2 cameras. And the first thing is that you can replace the lens caps on both of these cameras. So if you happen to scratch one of the lens caps up, you won't be completely screwed. You'll just be able to take the lens cap off, order another one and put that on and keep on going. With the 360 camera or the Go 2, if you happen to scratch that lens, you're pretty much, your camera's going to be pretty much ruined. Another thing that the GoPro has going for it is that you can take the footage straight from your camera SD card and put it right into your computer and download it that way. With the Insta360 cameras that I have, you have to go in, kind of edit it in the editing software, and then you can put it to your device. In my case, I edit it on my phone, then have to download it to my phone, and then airdrop it to my computer. And that's kind of the workflow on that. On the GoPro, it kind of takes out one of the steps. You don't have to do anything on your phone. You can just put it straight into your computer and then straight into your editing program. So it does take a little bit less time to use the GoPro. Sometimes that's what you want. You just don't want to have to be messing around with that extra step of editing, even though that extra step of editing is, part of the reason that makes the 360 camera awesome. And it also takes just a little bit more time. And sometimes you just don't want to mess with all that. I forgot to mention earlier that besides being able to replace the lens and a little bit easier workflow, GoPro also offers a looping mode, which restarts your video every 5 minutes. And for some of the videos I do, that's necessary to have in an action camera. So it's nice to have that mode, and you can't get that in the Insta360, either the 360 or the Go 2. Now for the stabilization shot, I mean, I can sit around here and walk around this whole neighborhood, and we can test the stabilization that way. But I think the best way to do it is stick it on the old lawnmower here, and let's cut some grass. Okay, made it about 30 feet. The mount completely broke apart, which is just typical. Anybody ever tells you this YouTube is easy, they're lying to you. It's not as easy as it looks. So anyway, I got 2 separate mounts for each of the GoPros. We're gonna start all over. Take 3. Now we're gonna try to get some slow motion shots and see what those look like. It's hot. Anyway, let's go over the first impressions of the GoPro Hero Black 10. I haven't had any chance to look at any of the footage, review of anything of what I've shot so far, but just over usability. Some of the things that I noticed about this camera is it has a larger battery than as opposed to the 7, and just in my half a day of use, you get about double the battery time out of this as you do the 7. Also, and I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal, but the little feet on the bottom of the camera, and also the touch screen, the front screen, are just awesome. It's such a pain, and I never knew it until I used this one, the Hero 10, that having to remove this cage on and off every time you need to replace a battery is kind of a pain. So it's definitely nice not having to do that with the 10. Generally, GoPro's field of view is so wide that you don't have to worry. Today I've shot 5.3K in 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second in 4K, and 240 frames per second and 2.7K. And we're going to see how that looks in the end. Both of these cameras get really hot to the touch after you've used them for a while. But I've never once had the GoPro 7 Hero overheat on me. I think today the Hero 10 did overheat on me after shooting the 240 frames per second. And that's something I'm really going to have to test out over the coming days, because to me, a GoPro is the kind of camera that, at least in my use, I tend to just set it and forget it. Set it up the shot I want, push record, and just walk away from it. If you're going to have a camera that's going to be overheating, and you're going to have to worry about it overheating, that's going to be a major issue as far as me wanting to continue on with the camera like this. So I'm definitely going to, it's about 92 degrees a day. It's hot, and I'm out in the sun, mowing the lawn and everything. But again, that's where you're going to be using this type of camera. You're going to be using this outside in the sun. It may be hot, it may be cold. You never know what you're going to use. If you can't trust the camera not to overheat, may be a problem. So I'm definitely going to be testing that more over the coming days. So tell me what you think about the Hero 10 Black so far. Is it any good? Is any of the footage I got today any good? And you can also let me know what you might want me to test out on it, and I'll try my best to do that. So Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you did. I'm going in to cool down because it is brutal hot out here. Have a nice day, and we'll see you on the next one.